In this video, we'll create the check valve, and I'm also showing a coupling here just to remind us that this check valve will be able to slide into a coupling or some other kind of socket fitting. So I have a new document here. Let's create a body and the sketch in the XY plane. And I'm going to make this grid size just a little bit smaller for some of the work we have to do here. Let's start sketching. First, we'll draw a line from the origin. It's going to be roughly 1 inch. And we'll get rid of that constraint, and we'll make sure that this is horizontal. And we're going to make this the radius of inner radius of 2-inch pipe. Let's drag this dimension out of the way. And we want another piece of pipe to go up 1.5 inches. So let's draw a line from here up 1.5 inches. We can set that in 1 second. So we will make this 1.5 inches. And now the part bulges out a little bit where the check valve portion really is. So we want a line that bulges out a little bit here. So let's draw a line. We'll adjust the bulge later. And we'll make that line right there. And we want this to be 1.75 inches. We want the overall length to be 5 inches, so let's draw a line from here up here. I don't know where 5 inches is, but we can make this 5 inches. Oops. Let's drag this measurement out of the way for a minute. Now we want to line up the top the exact same size as this line, so let's draw a line up here and roughly over here somewhere. And we want this line and this line to be the same length. And we want an 1.5-inch line coming down here. So let's draw a line coming down here, and we want it to be 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. And now this bulge portion here, let's just move it to a more reasonable spot. We probably don't want that much of a bulge. Maybe something like this. What I really need to do is get rid of grid snap here. That will give me more flexibility moving this line. And let's expand this a little bit so we can see what we're dealing with here. So we'll take this bulge portion and we'll just move it so it's roughly the same and just the amount of bulge that we want. Now we need to add an arc to finalize these two pieces. So we'll grab the arc tool, click here, get that first point click, go over to this point, and we want another arc down here, and we'll grab that first point and the second point, and we're almost done. we can grab this piece and we can move it around. You can see, so if we try to put it so it looks pretty much the same on the top and bottom, we're not going to be that fussy. We just want something that looks just about right. So that looks pretty good. And now, if we rotate this, we'll probably get the part that we want. So let's close this down and resize this. Normally I go up here to this icon, but I believe we can also use this icon to rotate it. So let's rotate it. And it's already looking pretty good. So let's say OK. And the last thing that we want to do is to give this a thickness. We've done this many times. So let's click on the face, the thickness, and we want this thickness. Well, before we even do this, we want to add another face. So we got to get this face, and we want the thickness to be the spreadsheet, the wall thickness of 2-inch pipe. Click OK, and we should have our check valve.